show me the money, help me help you, you complete me, and you had me at hello. In terms of the most quotable movies ever, Jerry Maguire is definitely in the running. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So that interests you, definitely hit like and subscribe. And today I'm here to tell you if Jerry Maguire from 1996 is still worth a watch today. So in Jerry Maguire we have Jerry Maguire, played by Tom Cruise, and he is a sports agent, one of the best at Sports Management International. One night, he suddenly has a change of heart and a shift in consciousness as he believes the sports world has become more about the money rather than the players themselves. He writes a mission statement suggesting fewer clients and more focus on personal relationships between the players and the agents. After his office reads his memo, they seem to all enjoy it, only for his agency to fire him. To add insult to injury, when he is leaving and asks if anyone would like to come with him to start fresh, nobody budges, except for accountant Dorothy Boyd, played by Renee Zellweger, who is a 26-year-old single mother who is extremely in love with Jerry Maguire. So Dorothy and Jerry go into business for themselves with the one and only client who didn't stick with Sports Management International, Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Rod Tidwell, played by Cuba Gooding Jr. From there, Jerry, Dorothy, and Rod Tidwell must learn from each other about love, sacrifice, passion, friendship, and what truly matters in life. So is Jerry Maguire still worth a watch today? Abso-frickin-lutely. I love this movie, and it's not just because I love Tom Cruise. If you guys know me at all, I love the dude. He makes some great movies. But this movie, man, I love movies like this, and Cameron Crowe is starting to become one of my favorite filmmakers because he makes movies about the human spirit, right? This isn't just a romance. This isn't just a movie about sports agents. It's a movie about life, about love and passion, and you just feel just so uplifted after watching it. And that's what really all of Cameron Crowe's movies have in common. They're inspiring. They're movies that just attack the soul. Vanilla Sky, Jerry Maguire, Say Anything, Almost Famous. All these movies are centered around the human spirit. And this film has a great aftertaste. And I don't think I've actually used that term before when discussing a movie, but it's when you're coming home from the theater or after you watch a movie and you're still thinking about it for days and days and days about what the movie is really about. Jerry Maguire is one of those movies. And at the center of it is Tom Cruise. Now, lately, he's just been doing the big action movies, and I love him, trust me. You can see Mission Impossible Fallout right in the background right there. But you normally think of Tom Cruise as just an action star. And I will admit, I do love the guy, but he doesn't have the most dynamic range in terms of his action movies, right? It's just kind of one note. But then you watch a movie like Jerry Maguire, and then you remember that, you know what? Tom Cruise is a great actor. He's not just playing one note, he's playing many notes. You know, he's playing the typical Tom Cruise alpha dog. You know, he's the best sports agent in the business. He's the ultimate yuppie. Yes, I did take that line from Gene Siskel, but I totally agree. He is the ultimate yuppie. But then again, you really see just like the deep emotional side, the vulnerable side of Tom Cruise in this movie. And you know what? You can see the emotional moments too. The guy actually has range. You don't see it much anymore because he is playing these, these action movies, but the dude has range, and you're able to connect with him because he's a man who's completely lost and he's trying to find a greater purpose, right? He's trying to connect with love and passion again, even though he works in an industry which seems, at least in his eyes, that it's just completely devoid of, right? It's a cruel, selfish world, the sports agency world. But then you ask, how is he gonna find that? Dorothy Boyd and Rod Tidwell. And those two characters, they're trying to find it too. Now, Renee Zellweger, in this movie, she is just so cute and innocent and charming and just so lovable. She has like that Meg Ryan feel in this movie, and you feel for her. She's a single mom and she's trying to connect with passion, and she reads that memo from Tom Cruise or Jerry Maguire and she really connects with it. She sees something there. She finds it inspiring, and that's why she leaves the company to go off with him. And again, like Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire, again, he's so famous, you just have to call him by his real name. But her and her son Ray, who is probably the most adorable kid in any movie, played by Jonathan Lipnicki, just both of them are just so charming. And again, when Dorothy Boyd is trying to learn about passion and trying to find that, she's going on the journey along with Jerry Maguire. And Rod Tidwell and Cuba Gooding Jr. is just oozing with charisma. And it's a shame that I didn't get to see him in more movies, and his career really didn't take off after that because, you know, Snow Dogs and movies like that, but that's another discussion. But, you know, he kind of has an attitude problem, right? He wants this big contract from the Arizona Cardinals, but he can't really get it because he has an attitude problem. You know, he's hard to play with. And again, he's trying to find, you know, trying to remember love, passion, what truly matters in life. And all three of them, you know, they play off each other extremely well. They're all trying to find, you know, just what connects us to the soul. And again, that's what these movies that Cameron Crowe has been making. I haven't seen Aloha yet, and I've heard that's been terrible, but that's beyond the point. They are all trying to find passion again. And then of course you have Regina King and Bonnie Hunt, which add a bunch of laughs and heart. They're great in the movie too. But what brings these relationships to life, obviously the performances, but Cameron Crowe's writing. And this is the best way I can describe his writing style. You ever get into an argument and you can't think of what to say, but then when you're driving home or when you're in the shower and you're thinking about it and you're just replaying it in your head, and then you think, oh, I should have said that. That would have been the perfect thing to say at this time. Just all those moments make up the entire dialogue of Jerry Maguire. And even the memo or the mission statement that Jerry Maguire writes is the things we think but never say. That is completely 100% on the nose for the dialogue in this movie. And I think about the help me help you scene in the bathroom. And again, just the dialogue that Cameron Crowe is able to write. It's so unique and it's so him. And plus, this movie is hilarious. Not only is it extremely heartfelt, which I've said many times, you know, it's all about love and passion. Ooh, I'm so sappy, but this movie's hilarious too. And they're not just dumb gags. Like, the characters get into these situations that warrant genuine laughs. And probably my favorite joke in the entire movie is this one.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out!
Not necessarily a joke per se, but that was the one point that I just burst out with laughter. But at the end of the day, the reason why I love this movie, and it's the same reason why I love A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which just came out, is that, you know, life can get extremely stressful nowadays, especially for someone my age, and you know, you're trying to move out and you're trying to, you know, find out what you're gonna do for your career, and life is moving at 1,000 kilometers an hour, and just life can get so cluttered and stressful. But then movies like this remind you what's important in life, and it just declutters all this extra noise and extra, you know, just constant, you know, technology, and you know what I mean? Just like, life is just so busy, and sometimes we lose track of what's important. And a movie like Jerry Maguire reminds us what's important in life. And you just leave the theater, or again, this movie's not being played in theaters anymore, which is a shame, but when you leave this movie, when you finish this movie, you're just feeling better about yourself. You're feeling more inspired, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling uplifted, and you feel great because you just watched a great movie. I'm giving Jerry Maguire a 5 out of 5, and I always love giving that rating out because, again, if I give out a 5 out of 5, I mean that I truly love this movie. Not only is it entertaining, but I really do think it lifts the human spirit up. It lifted mine up, and it lifted up the people that I showed this movie to. So if you guys are having a stressful week, if you guys are just down in the dumps, feeling depressed, going through a breakup, or having moments where you think that just life is just too much right now, a movie like this is for you. Anyways, guys, tell me what you guys thought of Jerry Maguire down in the comment section down below, and I'd like to know, what is your favorite Tom Cruise movie and Cameron Crowe movie, and should I watch Aloha? I haven't seen it, I've heard terrible things, but I do love Cameron Crowe as a writer-director. And if you're new here and you want to see more videos just like this, definitely hit like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Show me the money!